Hey everybody, it's Kat, and I'm coming from that space in the solstice season of entertaining self-care and deep rest, and finding those moments of joy in the patterns that play out during this particular season. And I think that there's something that I wanted to bring to the conversation today that is so important, and that is to create space for fallow ground, to create space where absence is palpable. And what does that feel like, and where do you find it? And what does it mean to you when you actually meet it? I know for myself, sometimes I can meet those moments of feeling fallow or feeling undone and actually go into a little bit of despair or anxiety about what does this mean about me? And yet we need to create space for the blank slate. We need to not fill every moment with activity and action. And many of us practice this on a regular basis, that this actually has become part of our life in a much more um, defined way, and maybe an invitational way to simplify, to create more space, but to move into a season where things start to desaturate and maybe lose their vivacious energy. And we see the leaves falling off the tree if we're in the northern hemisphere and you're wintering, that wintering energy may affect you or impact you. But being human, we know that seasons can shift and we can experience things outside of, an assigned time or seasonal energy in any moment of any day. We're so mutable. We're so changeable. But how can the blank space actually inform us? One of the practices that I love to sort of engage is working with one color on a sheet of paper or on art journal, and actually creating with that kind of desaturated color, buff or gray or white, off white, on white, and I just start to work with the color and let the movement inform me, because there isn't as much happening on the surface visually. But this is where I can start to expand into that dreaming space and explore my stories within the fallow ground or within the dry, empty nest. I chose this background on purpose today just to give and evoke that energy, the value of space that isn't performing, that isn't delivering yet. And one thing I know about the potential of the fallow is that things happen when I wait. And what I don't know yet is going to deeply inform what comes. And where I feel comfortable in that not knowing is also of value to explore stories that are ready to be birthed, that are waiting in the wings. And that's the potential of this desaturated time, this fallow ground, this resting, welcoming rest, deep rest. So I'm wondering how you resonate with this. And I want to read this poem and offer this as another useful tool in the conversation that's going to be cultivated within your own time, your own space, your own creative energies. I have no words that spring from an empty well, no spills to mark the page. When lips tremble, take my broken heart and fill it with rainbows so hope can fly. Catch me when I fall and lay me down gently in grassy fields or empty nests. Gift me a season of lighter days for rest after long years of storms. Watch me dance and birth words of beauty when my cup is full again. Healing a lost world running naked under the sun. That poem is from Lynn Penu. It's down below. I think what's exciting about this fallow ground, this empty nest season, is creating the potential of what will come when the well starts to fill. So the deep rest that you might need can lead to that refilling. So where could you lay yourself down on the ground? Where could you give yourself space for that simple color story of buff or gray or desaturated, you know, layers? Whatever feels fallow to you is going to grow and fill and become. We're stepping into a place where some of us and many of you will start to consider what's next. Don't try to fill the cup with words before you take time to rest. We're coming to the end of a year, and that turning of the year is a powerful time to choose some new words, a new sense of potential, a new direction for the compass of the heart. But do it from a place of taking time in the empty nest and the fallow ground before you fill it up. And do it outside of a pressurized, I must. Do it from a place of waiting, resting, listening in. And that will be our next conversation.